Make it real, 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 real. Putting work in, gonna blow your mind, 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 mind. Doing it big, won't apologize. Make it past the stage, never got the rise.
Damn right, yeah, I'm going in. Setting my sights high, let it go and then let them know how it gon' win. They be thinking lights out, then I go again. Gotta blaze the route, got a couple foul haters, I phase them out. All of y'all praise the doubt, I raise the cloud. My favorite, how I'm the favorite now. Any given time, I can fast forward. Y'all can sit in line, I'll be past all it. When I know it's mine, I don't ask for it. Why doesn't everyone know I call last for it? I'm just counting the miles like a dashboard. The distance I've traveled from then until now, well, I need a new passport. These are the dreams that I've had, I don't ask for them. I make it real.
Putting work in, gonna blow your mind. Doing it big, won't apologize. Make it past the stage, never got the rise. The rise.
Oh, Michael, this is going to be fun to watch. Enter the...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, everybody, to this week's recap of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, and NXT, all rolled up into one. This is September the 4th already. Can you believe it, folks? We're already in September. We still got more to talk to you on SmackDown Live, and we left you off last time. We was talking to you about the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles, beating Apollo Crews. That happened on SmackDown Live. Now we're going to pick you up where we left you off on SmackDown here. We got Dean Ambrose will take on Baron Corbin in a non-title match tonight for the main event. Then we have a commercial break. It says the commissioners have talked about Heath Slater's quest for SmackDown Live contract, and if Rhino win the tag team championships tournament, he will get a contract. Then we are shown a footage of the past weekend here with Renee Young, with Heath Slater training in West Virginia. Then Rhino is shown. They are looking focused here. Slater's wife is introduced, and she is rather poorly and usually uncuffily, not appropriate language. And she loves the fake roses Slater gave her on her wedding day. Then she gives them crackers and cheese, and then Renee says she'll pass. I don't blame her. She also asks Slater of not being chosen in a WWE draft. Slater says it was oversight. One thing, it is not afterthought. And his wife says she is pizza crust for dinner. And then Renee asked him about the night that he confronted Brock Lesnar, and then Slater says not many have stood toe-to-toe with Lesnar, but he did. And then Slater says he is lucky to be alive, and then Renee brings up that he defeated Randy Orton 2 weeks ago by a disqualification, but Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan denied him a contract. Then Slater says that he is not confused with Bryan's beard and Mick Foley's beard. That's why he called Shane McMahon by his sister's name. Then Renee asked about teaming up with Rhino to become the first SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and his wife says here seen disgustedly eating crackers. And then Slater says he is lucky to have Rhino, and it is not for him anymore, that it is for his family. And his wife burps in the background, and Renee looks disgusted. Renee asks Rhino why he is dedicated to team up with Slater. Then Rhino is just shrugs, and then Slater says Rhino is helping him provide for his family. And when they win the tag team championships, it is going to be upgraded from a trailer to a double wide. And then his wife says she is the championships. and is going to upgrade from the trailer to a double wide, and also wishes he could meet the kids. Renee asks if they're in school, but Slater says they are in the back picking up bottles, and the car zooms by the house, and Slater angrily leaves with his wife. Then Rhino's smiling at Renee in a creepy manner. The whole thing's creepy and funny and weird. Then Heath Slater and Rhino will take on the returning Headbangers in a tag team championship tournament later tonight. Coming up next, we got Bray Wyatt will deliver his new segment here. Then commercial break. We have Bray Wyatt. He delivers his Sherman for the Shepherd, Serpent, or whatever. And then Bray Wyatt makes his way to the ring with the arena lit with his fireflies. All the people lit up their cell phones. And then Wyatt gets into the ring and sits in a rocking chair. Wyatt says he doesn't fear snakes or monsters. He fears no man because he is fear. When he thinks about the legend of Randy Orton, he doesn't think of him as a serpent. He said he thinks of him as just a man. This man believes he has venom running through his veins, and that exalts him. And Wyatt says Orton is sick, and that's what he likes about him. What Brock Lesnar did to Orton at SummerSlam, Wyatt found interesting. Lesnar exposed all of Orton's flaws, and Orton went into the fight as a man that's had no fear and taught he was untouchable. Orton came out of the fight as a man and was damaged, and Wyatt says that's his game. And then he goes on to say, to indicate that Orton has voices in his head telling him what to do. And then he prays that the voices are telling him to run. Wyatt warns him to run and laughs. Orton music hits. He slowly makes his way to the ring, and then we see Orton stops at the ringside. Orton chant fires up here. Orton says the voices in his head are asking him who Wyatt thinks he is. Wyatt thinks he is damaged because he has a handful of staples in his skull. And Orton says he has been damaged for a long time. And that's what gives him his charm. From one damaged man to another, Wyatt has his attention. Wyatt says this is Randy Orton, and he was hoping for, and this is the Predator he was wanting to see. And Orton is covered in scars, but he is not afraid. Wyatt says Orton is no longer the Predator in the situation. Orton is damaged and weak, and Wyatt says he is the Predator now. And Orton should know better than anyone that what a Predator does best, he kills. At Backlash, he is going to cut the serpent's head off and hang it on a mantle. And just like a trophy, Orton is. And then Orton says he has played this game for many years against people and is still standing. Wyatt thinks he knows his scars. Orton brings up the scars and got with Cactus Jack and dropped him in a pile of thumbtacks. And his scars hit his Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker. Those aren't scars Wyatt should concern himself with. And then Wyatt should worry about the internal scars he has with the demons inside him. And then Orton half-ass respects Wyatt because he knows he has demons too. Orton says, so Bray Wyatt wants Randy Orton at Backlash? You got it. But fear, I am not afraid of you. Bray, I am not of a man who calls himself a god. I am almost certainly ain't afraid of kicking your ass right now. And Orton gets in the ring, and then Wyatt's video immediately flashes onto the screen, and lights go out, and that's all we see. Once again, Bray Wyatt has escaped. Coming up next, we see Alexa Bliss and Natalya will take on Naomi and Becky Lynch. We have another commercial break. Then we see Nikki Bella will be on commentary for the next match. Footage is shown from the last week's SmackDown with Carmella attacked Nikki Bella from behind and gave her the Bella Buster. We then see footage from last week's Talking Smack when Carmella viciously attacked her again. Then we see Natalya and Alexa Bliss versus Naomi and Becky Lynch. Pretty lengthy match here. The winners by pinfall are Natalya and Alexa Bliss. And this was a pretty good match. And then as we see at ringside, we see Carmella attacks Nikki Bella on commentary. Then Nikki powers her into the apron, and then Carmella kicks her away and throws her into the barricade, into the ring. And Alexa gets to roll up distracted here, Becky, and then grabs a handful of tights to pick up the win. The ref did not see it once again. And then Becky Lynch and Naomi check on Nikki Bella's neck there and her status there, who is still down at ringside. And then coming up next, we'll see the returning headbangers. A video plays here of highlighting the headbangers are, and it's been 16 years since they approached the WWE television. Commercial break. Then another Kurt Hawkins video plays with some more ridiculous facts. Then a tag team tournament. First round match. The Headbangers versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Pretty good lengthy match. Pretty nice match. Winners by pinfall. Heath Slater and Rhino. No surprise here. Rhino was busted wide open by the Moose attack here on the apron. Rhino knocks Moose out of the ring and then pulls Slater onto the corner, and then Rhino is tagged in and viciously gores Trasher down for the win. And then Heath Slater and Rhino celebrate for their big win, and they are advancing in the tag team tournament to face the Hype Bros. Slater also is bleeding from his mouth. And then up next we have Dean Ambrose will face Baron Corbin. We have another commercial break. AJ Styles will be on commentary for the next match. And then someone is in the ring by the name Gary, the Millman, and it says he is being granted a license to fight tonight, and no one wants to get into the ring and says he is not leaving the ring until the competitor comes into the ring. And the guy looks like a heavier General Mahal, and the man starts removing his suit and strips down to his tidy whites and black socks. The Demon King music hits, and he slowly makes his way to the ring. The Milkman starts trying to put his pants back on, and then Kane is already in the ring, and Kane grabs the Milkman by the throat and gives him a choke slam before simply leaving the ring. Then we have our main event for SmackDown Live. Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose. Here we go. Then we got Charles Robinson. The greatest referee of all time is officially for this match. The official for this match. This is a circle in the ring, and looks up at Ambrose and applies the wrist lock here before applying the side headlock. Corbin whips him off and the shoulder blocks him down. Then Corbin knees him into the midsection here and then punches him. Corbin punches away at him in the corner before kneeing him into the misselection here once again. Then we see Corbin sends him into the ropes, but Ambrose ducks at clothesline and then takes down with the running crossbody block here. Ambrose punches away at him and clotheslines him out of the ring. Ambrose gets onto the apron and takes him with a clothesline off the apron. Then Ambrose bounces off Corbin off the commentary table and stares at AJ Styles. Ambrose gets into Corbin into the ring and looks at Styles. Corbin grabs him by the hair, but Ambrose snaps him off the top rope. Ambrose then connects with the missile drop kick. Ambrose connects with a running forearm, and then goes for the bulldog. But Corbin sends him into the turnbuckle before clotheslining him into the back of the head. And then we see Corbin punches away here at him, and then storms to him. Corbin then stands for him before throwing him out of the ring. Then we have another commercial break, and we come back from the break, and we see Corbin standing over a downed Ambrose, and then we see Corbin taunts the crowd before applying the modified chin lock. Then during the commercial break, we see Corbin sends Ambrose into the steel steps back to live action. Ambrose fights up and elbows out, and then Ambrose hits the ropes, but Corbin forearms him. Ambrose goes for the Luchinic tag here, but the Corbin connectors here counters with a STO with a near fall, and then Corbin argues with the referee, and then with the count here, and then Baron Corbin kicks out of Ambrose before reapplying the chin lock. Then we have Ambrose fights up and punches out, and Corbin knees him into the midsection again. Then Ambrose sends him into the corner. Corbin slides out of the ring and runs back in, but Ambrose drops him for the neck breaker. And then we have Ambrose punches away at him, but Corbin knees him. Ambrose gets off the scoop and slams and goes for the dirty deeds, but Corbin sends him into the corner. Ambrose avoids the charging Corbin here, and he hits the ring post shoulder first. Ambrose quickly rolls him up for the near fall. Then we have Corbin quickly comes back with a vicious clothesline. Then we have Corbin is already done selling the shoulder into the ring post here. Then we have a trade punches until Ambrose wipes him out with the Luchinic tag here, and then a near fall, and then Ambrose goes for the top rope, but Corbin cuts him off. Corbin punches away him before climbing up for the suplex attempt. Then Ambrose fights out and then punches him onto the mat, and then Ambrose gets onto the apron here and pulls the top rope down and gets Corbin out of the ring and then charges him. Ambrose hits the ropes and wipes him out for an air Ambrose. Then Ambrose lands a cross into the barricade for the moment. Then Ambrose gets him into the ring, and then Corbin comes back with a deep six for a near fall. Then we have Ambrose goes out of the ring and recover. Corbin sends him into the barricade and then stares him down. AJ Styles gets up from commentary here and demands Corbin to stay on him. Corbin gets in his face and says no one tells him what to do. Ambrose attacks Corbin and then from behind, and then suddenly knocking Styles down inadvertently, and then Ambrose gets Corbin into the ring and then takes him out with a diving elbow drop for a near fall. Then Styles gets onto the apron, and then Ambrose stares at him. Corbin rolls up Ambrose to a near fall. Ambrose tries for a dirty deeds, but Corbin fights out. Corbin goes for a throw Ambrose into the Styles, but Ambrose ducks, and Styles accidentally hits Corbin with a knee to the face, and the referee calls for the bell. The winner by disqualification, Baron Corbin. Then after the match, we got Ambrose immediately takes Styles out of the pedigree, the move here, and then punches him at him, and then Styles comes back, throwing Styles over in the commentary table. Then Ambrose punches away at Styles until Corbin attacks him from behind, and Corbin gets into the ring. Then Ambrose drops him for the dirty deeds, and then Styles gets onto the apron and goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Ambrose couches here and him up there, and then Styles screams in pain, and Ambrose puts a hand on his shoulder before giving him some advice, and then Ambrose then shakes him on the rope before shaking his hand. Ambrose takes the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and imposes next to Styles, and who is still in extreme pain. Ambrose then walks off. So Phenomenal One AJ Styles fell right between the top rope there, between his legs, squashing between the, how should we say, between the legs, as they say, would say a low blow. And that's a very soft area for a man. Anybody who knows is a man definitely knows what I'm talking about. It's a very soft area. AJ Styles was in a lot of excruciating pain. Now it's time to talk to you about some NXT stuff here that happened this past week. We got No Way Jose and Ty Dillinger in action. It shows a preview of that. And here we go. The NXT results from August the 31st of 2016. NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura ushers in the era of strong style. And the new NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura made his first appearance since winning the coveted title from Samoa Joe at the TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Then we see the title holder made it clear that Joe's era is over and welcome NXT Universe to the era of strong style. Then Ty Dillinger defeated Buddy Murphy. And then Ty Dillinger follows up the last week impressive victory over Wesley Blake by defeating Blake's former tag team partner Buddy Murphy in an equally impressive fashion. And then Murphy controlled the match, the contest, for overwhelming attack here. But once again, Ty Dillinger remained resilient in his face of adversity. And in the end, the Perfect 10 caught his opponent with the tiebreaker for the win. Then we got the Revival. They ambushed Tommaso Ciampa here, apparently defeating Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa at the NXT's TakeOver Brooklyn 2 wasn't enough for the Rival, with Johnny wrestling at home, recovering from his leg injury. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson pounced on to the unexpected Ciampa as he was being interviewed backstage. Then we see a vicious attack moved out into the arena floor and eventually into the ring at the NXT's Tag Team Champions again prove that they are the top guys by laying out Ciampa in dominating fashion. Then we see Steve Cutler defeated a newcomer here of Kenneth Crawford, and then the two of the NXT up-and-coming competitors battle it out as Steve Cutler clashed with Kenneth Crawford, and the high-flying Crawford showcased some of the spectacular athletics, and then it was hard-hitting, and then Cutler, who picked up the win, and the Fisherman's driver here. Pretty cool move. Then we have No Way Jose. He defeated Angelo Dawkins, and then despite losing the grueling battle against Austin Aries at NXT's TakeOver Brooklyn 2, it appears that No Way Jose is back on track, and the fun-loving superstar showed it is not all fun and games as it's turned into the fiesta into a fight against Angelo Dawkins here, taking him down with the full Nelson slam for the victory. Then we got Law Morgan defeated a newcomer here, and her name is Aliyah. And with a Bailey, now a member of Raw and a spot of number one contender, Asuka's NXT Women's Championship is wide open. And this is why a matchup between Law Morgan and Aliyah was so important, and both rising superstars look to make a name for themselves. And Aliyah certainly put forth a strong showing, but she came not to keep up with Lila Morgan's here of her energetic attack, which is a spinning kick in for the pinfall. Pretty impressive. Then we have NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura ushers in the new era for the final segment for NXT. The new NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura receives a king's welcome from the NXT's universe as chants of Nakamura and "You Deserve It" chants repeatedly reported ring throughout the Full Net Sales University, and the new title holder displays an appreciation for the warm response from the crowd as he also shows respect for his takeover of Brooklyn 2 opponent Samoa Joe. Nevertheless, Nakamura made it clear that Joe's reign is over, and now it's time for the new era of Strong Style. There you go, folks. That is your week here, a recap of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. We had to put it in two parts for you because we just had a lot of stuff to talk to you about. Raw had some pretty interesting stuff with that Universal Championship I wanted to talk to you about. And what do y'all think is going to happen now? Now that we have Kevin Owens, the new Universal Champion, what direction is WWE going to go now? We're going to see, Kevin Owens teaming up with Triple H versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns tomorrow night for Raw. I mean, is that still in the talks here or what? Could we see a Shield reunion come tomorrow night for Raw? That's what everybody's probably thinking right now. And are we going to see a heel turn or a face turn? We're still wondering when is Rollins going to turn face, and we're still wondering when Reigns is going to turn heel. My bad. But and everybody's still wondering when is the Usos going to turn heel. And the thing about the Headbangers, them coming back, was that just a one-time deal? It kind of looks like that was just a one-time deal. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Plus, Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles for this World Championship match. A lot on the plate for that. For SmackDown, coming up here September 11th. For Backlash, the returning pay-per-view of SmackDown's pay-per-view. Finally returning. I'm so excited. I can't wait for Backlash. That's going to be spectacular. Everybody, go get that WWE Network, and you get a free month once you sign up for that WWE Network. You get a whole free month, which you need to start at the beginning of the first day of the new month to get that whole benefit of a free month. You can also go to Walmart or GameStop or all to your retail stores that sell the WWE Network gift card, and you can go get that WWE Network gift card and still pay the same price, $9.99 each month. An incredible offer. You pay for 3 months, and you pay the same price, $9.99 each month, and it's a pretty good deal. With birthdays coming up, anniversaries coming up, holiday season going to be approaching soon. It's a great time to go take advantage of that. And we want to tell you that we're going to be going live tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for that on the WWE All Results page. And also come back and join us again Tuesday night. We're going to be going live for SmackDown Live. And then Wednesday night, join us again for NXT and CWC. We got 3 nights in a row we're going to be going live. Plus, we got the returning pay-per-view Backlash rapidly approaching as well. So we are going to be busy on the WWE All Results page. Boss King will be very busy bringing it all to you, giving you all the updates for that. Can't wait to bring it to you. So excited. And we're going to be doing a lot of new things coming up here on the WWE All Results page. We're going to start what we call the WWE All Results page Fan Hall of Fame. And that's the way it's going to work, folks. We've already inducted one member into the Hall of Fame. Dwayne Duncan is our number one. Has already been inducted into the Fan Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Dwayne Duncan. Already been nominated and inducted into the Fan of Hall of Fame. And we're going to have four more 4 more of you fans are going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we're going to do this. And this Hall of Fame, fan of Hall of Fame introduction is going to take place at Clash of Champions whenever we go live for it. So we're going to have this introduction, and we're going to honor you guys for being a part of our page. The guys who the way you can be a part of this is every time we're live, you're joining us there and you're commenting, giving us likes, giving us hearts, and always sharing the live stream. Also, we're going to be looking to see guys who always on the page giving us likes and hearts, who is always active whenever we go live mainly. And we're going to be paying attention to that, and that's how you can be inducted into the Fan of Hall of Fame. It's real easy to be a part of it. And I want to be selecting 4 more of you guys. I'm going to issue another member probably tomorrow night. While we're going live, I'm going to announce another induction into the Fan of Hall of Fame, and then there will be 3 more after that. So this is going to be fun, folks. This gives you an opportunity because you're going to be into this Fan of Hall of Fame forever. You'll be immortalized forever and always remembered. And you'll be on a big poster board with your name on there. And we're probably going to do like a little tribute video as well. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with that just yet. But that's just something we're thinking about doing for y'all. And we are going to have the Fan of Hall of Fame introduction ceremony that will be taking place on the night of Clash of Champions. I think that would be an appropriate time to do it. Clash of Champions coming up is all about crowning champions and honoring superstars. And this would be a great way to honor our beloved fans who have been very loyal to me, always joining us, always commenting, always sharing the live stream, always giving us likes, always there. And Dwayne Duncan definitely deserves it because he's always been there. Every time we go live, he's always sharing the live stream, always giving likes, always giving hearts. And a big shout out to Dwayne Duncan, and we appreciate him. And he's going to be the first one to be inducted into the Fan of Hall of Fame. And we're going to have 4 more that are going to be inducted into the Fan of Hall of Fame. Then we're going to be doing something else that's going to happen later on in this year. We're going to bring back what we call the Fan King of the Ring tournament. And that is something I'm very excited about. It's something we've never done before. Everybody who's a fan of the King of the Ring tournament, I don't know how many of y'all are a fan of it, but this is something I'm thinking about doing probably later this year. The way this is going to work is just simply the way we're doing it now is you fans have just got to stay active, and the ones who give the most likes, the most hearts, and it's going to be a tournament for a week. For that week, we're going to calculate, how many people are staying active, and then each week we're going to look at who's staying the most active in the page, and we're gonna start picking members to be involved in this King of Ring tournament, and we'll give you more details on how this is going to work out. We're still talking about it. We haven't made anything official plans just yet, but I'm just kind of giving you some ideas, suggestions on what we're going to be doing for you, the fans. We want to appreciate our fans, because you are the reason why we are doing this, and the reason why we continue to keep doing this is if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have no reason to do this. So we appreciate you guys. We love each and one of y'all. We hope everybody has a great Labor Day weekend. I'm the Boss King, Chase Carter, reporting here this week's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Take care and God bless. Here is a song called 7 Years Old by Lucas Graham. One of my favorite songs of all time. Enjoy. Until next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me. Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. Cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.